day, judges. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ram Verba Salazar from Christ Baptist Academy, Muntinlupa City, Philippines. And I'm going to deliver an excerpt of the speech of Jonathan Edwards entitled, Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God. There is nothing that keeps wicked men at any one moment out of hell but the mere pleasure of God. By the mere pleasure of God, I mean His sovereign pleasure, His arbitrary will, restrained by no obligation, hindered by nothing. The wrath of God is like great waters that are dammed for the present, but they increase more and rise higher and higher until an outlet is given. And the longer the stream is stopped, the more rapid and mighty is its course when once it is let loose. It is true that judgment for your evil works has not been executed hitherto. The floods of God's vengeance have been withheld, but your guilt in the meantime is constantly increasing, and you are every day treasuring up more wrath. The waters are rising and waxing more and more mighty, and there is nothing but the mere pleasure of God that holds the waters back, that are unwilling to be stopped, and press hard to go forward. If God should only withdraw His hand from the floodgate, it would immediately fly open, and the fiery fierceness of the wrath of God would rush forth with inconceivable fury and would come upon you with omnipotent power. And if your strength were 10,000 times greater than it is, yea, 10,000 times greater than the strength of the stoutest, sturdiest devil in hell, it would be nothing to withstand or dread. The bow of God's wrath is bent, and the arrow made ready on the string. And justice directs the bow to your heart, and strains at the bow, and there is nothing but the mere pleasure of God, and that of an angry God without any obligation at all. It is His mere pleasure that will keep that arrow one moment from being made drunk with your blood. Thus, all you that never passed under a great change of heart, by the mighty power of God upon your souls, all you that were never born again and made new creatures and raised from being dead in sin to a state of new light and life, are in the hands of an angry God. However, you may have reformed yourself in many things, and may have had religious affections, and may have keyed a form of religion in your families and closets and in the house of God. It is nothing but the mere pleasure of God that keeps you this moment from being swallowed up in everlasting destruction. O sinner, consider the fearful danger you are in. It is a wide and bottomless pit, full of the fire of wrath, that you are held over in the hand of that God whose wrath is provoked as much against you as many of the damned in hell. You hang by a slender thread, with flames of divine wrath flashing about it, and ready every moment to singe it and burn it asunder. And you have no interest in any mediator. Nothing to lay hold of to save yourselves. Nothing to keep off the flames of divine wrath. Nothing of your own. Nothing that you have ever done. Nothing that you can do to induce God to spare you one moment. Therefore, let everyone fly out of Sodom. Haste and escape for your lives. Look not behind you. Escape to the mountains, lest you be consumed.
Actually, at the time, we could have made a little bigger selection. We're really good with that, but you didn't fit that. So, you know what you're doing. Did you try every year selection and try different kinds of selection?
Actually, that excerpt was supposed to be longer, but it was the only part I could find. I know that's a really long sermon, but that's the only part that I could make sense of. Yeah, but I really wanted to do that one.
Yeah, some people, they extend it too far, and then they gotta go so fast. That they don't pause. So their lives become so but it still could let us find out the sound. Could increase your call by having 2 cents. As usual, good timing. You know, you're just good at that. And, are you training the young ones that are coming up?
Yeah, actually we did some training in juniors and some for nationals.
Good.
Did you have anyone else from your school compete? No, unfortunately, I'm the most able to. Yeah.
Which, you know, again, your strength of your messages, your ability to use phrasing, the pause, dramatic pause, hitting the right time. And what I've seen in change is your ability to use that so much more control than it used to. It used to be always just really hitting hard all the time. Now you're able to come down and I remember some of the comments I made 2 years ago.
I actually tried to remember all the
Yeah,
things.
and just kind of give us a break to get the message. And, you know, there's far too many that just smash their audience with this. And they come away not getting anything out of it. We worked it well by getting them to consider it. Softness of burden. Yeah, so great job. You did good again.
Enjoyed that.
Now you got pizza to do?
Yeah, I got preaching 1 o'clock.
All right, was your last year, huh?
Probably. I hope not, though. I
Said-
want to see you guys again.
You said 1 more year. Well, good job.
Yeah, you be back as judge?
Yeah, maybe I'm considering. Well, yeah, I'll see you later.